What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 17. This is our NFL Week 12 recap. I'm Kyle. This is Gavin. And today we're not going to start with Beer of the Week like we usually do. I know everyone's probably...
4 weeks.
Yeah, everyone's probably so upset because it's everyone's favorite segment.
It's my favorite segment.
Everyone always comments about it, so thanks, guys, for caring what we think about certain beers. So we're going to start with our best bets recap. We both thought we went 2-1, but we were wrong. We both went 1-2. Yeah. So start with your best bet recap.
By the Falcons, I think I went 2-2 because I did boast about the Pats.
It was an unofficial play.
I didn't put
so
it.
So then give me the Jets then.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
You did say the Jets, which was also a whack ass bet, but still.
They won.
Falcons over the Jags. I had that. I'm going to toss the Patriots because I said the Pats over the Titans. It was 6.5 at the time before they ruled out or put what's his name on IR. AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, that moved to 7, which didn't really matter because they smoked them. I lost Carolina because Cam Newton failed me once again. That dude is a clown.
We'll talk about the league.
And the Cowboys got roasted by the Raiders. Derek Carr.
He's leading the league in passing.
That guy is unbelievable.
Leading the league in passing.
They need to just give him awards.
It's your MVP.
Yeah, they need to give him awards.
Oh, wow.
He is that team. He's the heart and soul of the Las Vegas Raiders.
That episode where you said he was a top 10 quarterback, the MVP, feels like years ago.
It was years ago.
Our podcast has come so far. Look at us now. So you're done?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so I also went 2-2. I had Jets. They were +3. I had a money line because they're the best team in the NFL. So that's one. I had the Ravens and Browns under. That was a shit show of a game. 23 combined points. I had 47. So I hit it twice over. I had the Panthers, as did Gavin. We'll talk about Cam Newton. Disgusting. We'll talk about that. And then I also had the Bengals-Steelers under. You know, I knew the Bengals offense was good. I didn't think the Steelers defense was going to play that bad. They're known as one of the top 5 defenses, and they just didn't. They gave up 30 points at halftime.
Well, I think they just gave up because they had to stay on the field for a majority of the game.
Yeah, well, when you have a quarterback that's 97 years old and can't bend down and tie his shoes.
We'll talk about him.
Yeah, so actually we're going to roll that into our next segment that we just thought of. We're going to do a QB roundtable. So quarterback roundtable, we're going to touch on 10 different quarterbacks, how they played this past week, kind of give some opinions on how they played, and just get into a discussion about them because we figured, obviously, you know, I played quarterback. It's the most important position on the field, and maybe in all of sports. So
sure. So
we'll talk about it. Without further ado, let's start with my boy Cam Newton.
And you might as well get him out of the way.
So, quick stat line, 5 for 21, 92 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, got benched for P.J. Walker. And before we start, I want a disclaimer. I have been on this show, this podcast, and said that he literally cannot throw a football. So even though he's my guy, I don't want to get shit on him.
He cannot throw a football.
It's disgusting.
I don't know what happened to him. That dude's huge. I think I could throw a football better than him right now.
You definitely could throw it more accurate.
Yeah, I probably could.
Yeah, not as hard, but definitely more accurate.
Well, he could throw it as hard as he wants if he's throwing it 10 feet forward into the ground.
Well, he throws the ball like this. He throws it like he's throwing a curveball, like a baseball.
That's not even how you throw a curveball.
That's how he. Well, you come over like this in curveball, but it looks like he's throwing like.
Either way,
shot putting him and Big Ben.
Well, no, Big Ben actually looks like he is shot putting.
But you also got to.
Cam Newton just looks like he's stepping into it. He looks like he's throwing it as hard as he can, but he's just pointing down.
Yeah, it literally just points down. It just goes down. His ball angle goes right down.
He'll throw it 80 yards down. He can throw the ball 80 yards. It's probably gonna go.
No, he did hit a bomb to DJ Moore over the top. Yeah, but here's another thing. Do we cut him some slack? It's only his second week in the system. Do we give him some slack? Like, there's no excuse for that bad.
Being in a system, you still can throw a football. You're an NFL quarterback.
Right.
You could take a college quarterback out there who's going to do better than 5 for 21.
Yeah, I hate quarterback rating, but he could have spiked the ball every play and had a better quarterback rating. Even though I hate the stat.
Picks, picks.
Yeah, it's literally all the picks.
That rocks you.
I mean, that incomplete. That 5 for 21.
That's incredible.
He got benched for P.J. Walker, who did even worse. Like, here's another thought.
Panthers' defense is fairly good.
It's very good. But when you're on the field the whole time because your quarterback can't move the football, you're going to give up however many points they give up, 28. Here's another thing, too. We've seen 3 quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker, and Cam Newton.
Well, P.J. Walker I don't count as like a saving grace type of quarterback.
But granted, they're not all the most talented, but I'm not saying it's a system thing, but, like, could it be a little bit of coaching? Like, I know what the quarterbacks are playing horrible.
Yeah.
But could it also be a little bit of coaching in there as well?
I mean, I don't know, because
they got to take some blame.
They have to, obviously. Yeah, I agree. But there's also None of those quarterbacks have ever proven themselves to be that. Well, okay, sorry, Cam Newton has.
Well,
that was the old Cam Newton 6 years ago.
That was pre 2 shoulder surgeries and pre almost fatal car crash that he almost died in. Cam Newton.
Exactly. Big difference. Big difference.
Big difference. So next quarterback we'll touch on, Zach Wilson, and I just want to say, and you've been saying all along, and listen.
I defended him for like a week.
No, we both defended him half-assed.
I felt bad because I was like, he's on the Jets.
Well,
he
granted,
sucks.
this is also only his 6th game.
I don't give a shit. He sucks.
But
he sucks.
He's the worst quarterback in the NFL, and he is worse than Cam Newton. I think I'd pick Cam Newton over Zach Wilson. At least he can run the football.
It's true.
I mean, Zach Wilson had a rushing touchdown this week. But Gavin, talk about inaccuracy with Cam Newton. I have never seen a quarterback in the NFL miss checkdowns as consistently as he does.
The best play. I compare it to the damn butt fumble at this point. That shuffle pass that he
off
threw
his running back.
His running back. The running back wasn't even looking at him. Just threw it to the ground.
And it was 3rd and 17.
Yeah, throw it into the ground.
Literally,
he throws it off his back like it's going to make a damn difference. I think he knew he was going to get an incomplete pass there. I don't know why he would throw it where it's going to bounce around.
And it was 3rd and 17. Like, even if he does miraculously catch that, he gets 8 yards and you're still punting. Like, why even take that chance?
Well, he didn't. I don't think he even thought. He wasn't looking. I don't think he thought he was going to catch the ball. He was 5 feet away from him.
Right.
Shuffle pass.
That's a bona fide rookie mistake, though. Now he will never do that ever again.
He looks worse than Mark Sanchez.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Than Mark 10 Sanchez. Times worse. 10
Mark
times
Sanchez,
worse.
The GOAT of the Jets compared to this guy.
Dude, Zach Wilson is throwing the ball at his running back's feet on swings, on slides, on mid-checks, on Texas routes.
It's like he's scared.
He's throwing the ball at their feet.
He's so rattled.
He's so inconsistent. And, the Jets hired his quarterback coach to fix his mechanics. They might have gotten worse. I mean, granted, his knee is still hurt, but his mechanics might have gotten worse.
What do you want to compare him to? There's one player, not in the NFL, I would compare him to.
What do you mean?
Just the way he's absolutely falling apart.
Spencer Rattler.
No, they're trying. No. He's not an NFL, not a football player, but they're trying to fix his mechanics.
Is that a baseball player?
Nope.
Oh, Markelle Fultz. We heard someone said that yesterday. Yeah,
that's why I said that yesterday.
It wasn't Tim, because Tim's not that smart. Sorry, Tim.
Because that's why I thought about that. So
was it James? I don't know who it was, but it was a very smart take.
James.
It's a good take.
Either way, it was a very good take. I'll stand by it. It could have been.
It might have been.
I will stand by that. That was an awesome take.
Great take, and he's.
He's gonna end up being nothing for 4 years, and he's gonna be out of the league.
And I'll tell you one thing. Obviously, Sam Darnold. I've never seen a quarterback have more lack of confidence. I think Zach Wilson might have less confidence through 6 games than Sam Darnold did in his career.
I mean, it also didn't help that when he was out, he had 2 backup quarterbacks throw for 300-plus yards and win games.
Yeah, so let's get into his stats. 14 of 24, which doesn't look horrible. 145 yards, no touchdowns, and obviously a dumbass pick. Granted, he did play a lot better in the second half. He took care of the football. He was actually somewhat hitting checkdowns. I don't know if it was his first half being scared of his knee.
It could have been first game back nerves,
right.
I guess.
It could have been. And it was only his 6th game in the NFL, so we needed to not tear him apart like we just did.
Well, no, I'm going to tear him apart. He sucks.
He looked horrible. I am with you. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL. And it's documented through 17 episodes that I've never liked Zach Wilson until he turns out like Josh Allen in 3 years.
Well, now we're going to talk about my guy.
Go for it.
The heart and soul of the New England Patriots, Mac Jones. Played good yesterday. 300. He had like 300 and change. 2 TDs.
310 to be exact.
Oh, 3 TDs. Sorry. Yeah, 310, 3 TDs.
Did he have 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns.
Kendrick Bourne. That run after catch was insane. He's becoming your wide receiver 1.
Well, he is our wide receiver.
He caught like a 2-yard drag route on a mesh and just ran.
I don't know how he stayed in bounds. That was incredible.
I don't know.
He is wide receiver 1.
He has to be.
Yeah, but Mac Jones, I mean, just overall in the season, 2,800 yards, a little bit over that, 2,850, I think. 70% completion, 70 point, whatever,
yeah.
70 and change. And what is it? I got that written down. 16 to 8 TD interception. Not great, not too bad. I'll take it. Rookie quarterback.
Yeah, no, I mean, let's be real. I'm a Jets fan. If I had Mac Jones on my team, I would be loving every minute of it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, Mac Jones wouldn't be doing as good if he was on the
right,
team,
exactly.
But.
And that's another point. Is same thing I've said from the beginning on Mac Jones. If you put him in any of the other 31 systems, he's not doing what he's doing now. But still, we can't play the what-if game. He is in the Patriots system. He's doing what the Patriots always expected their quarterbacks, and he's doing it well for a rookie quarterback. And I got to give him credit. It hurts for me to say, but although we were talking about it before we started the show, you and I saw two very bad throws yesterday that should have been interceptions.
Well, the one wasn't as bad as you pointed out to be. It was tipped.
He overthrew Hunter Henry, left it high.
Yeah,
it got skimmed off the guy's. It was a bad throw. It was a bad ball.
We're not playing almost here.
Okay.
No picks.
Okay.
No picks.
Okay. No,
no almost. Right. No picks.
You're right. But they
play cornerback for a reason. They can't catch the damn ball.
Well, I think it was a safety. But
the safety plays safety for a reason because he can't catch the damn ball.
Yeah. No, I mean, Mac Jones.
Receivers get paid more.
Mac Jones is playing well, and if Jamar Chase doesn't pick it up, it's going to come back to haunt me. And Mac Jones is going to win Rookie of the Year.
You know, Mac Jones is going to win Rookie of the Year.
I think he is. I think he is too because Jamar Chase 3 receptions, 36 yards. They're either figuring out how to cover him.
Michael Parsons is there.
Well, no, there's a defensive and offensive, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true.
So it's literally him and Jamar Chase.
You're right.
But if I had to pick right now,
I don't like how they do that.
I think Mac wins.
That's also another point to make.
I like
they should just have one Rookie of the Year, one king.
But I think Mac's going to win Rookie of the Year, as much as it pains me to say. And it's going to be a horrible look because when I was shitting on Mac Jones, I mean, obviously I shit on when he went to the Patriots, but he was my least favorite quarterback in the draft, pre-draft.
He was my favorite quarterback
and I said,
pre-draft, and I said the Pats were going to draft him.
Right, but
you know that.
You did. But here's what I said. I said,
fits the system.
If he goes to the Patriots, he will look like he's good. If he goes anywhere else, he will be out of the league in 5 years. And of course, he goes to the Patriots.
No, he could perform on the 49ers.
That's the only other system that I think he could perform in. But like, for example,
he could perform on the Bucs.
You put him in the Jet. I disagree.
How not? They have a great running game, and they have so many options to throw to.
But he's an air raid offense kind of guy. He's not like this. He's not this protect my quarterback, easy decisions. Like Tom Brady airs it out in Tampa now.
Now he
like
does.
Bruce Arians.
They don't need to air it out though. They don't need to do
right. But like you put him in the Jet system where you're running a bunch of play action, moving the pocket. Like he's not an outside the pocket kind of quarterback. He wouldn't fit in that system. But granted, he's at the Patriots. Give him credit where credit's due.
He could do good in Buffalo.
I just broke my heart.
He could do good in Buffalo.
I don't know about that.
He could. Why couldn't he?
They run their quarterback a lot.
That's fine. Mac Jones can move.
Everything's
he
an RPO.
can move.
Mac Jones is not an RPO quarterback.
No, he's
Buffalo's
not.
a bunch of RPOs.
They don't need. Yeah, but they don't need to be an RPO team.
But they are.
They.
You want to go another quarterback?
Yeah, Big Ben because he's terrible too. His numbers on the season overall aren't that bad, but like, oh my God, watching him play is like watching a snail go down the goddamn road.
Yeah, I'd rather watch NASCAR.
He can't move. He trips over the damn lines on the field. And I don't know. He can't throw. Like we were talking earlier. Like shot puts at Jared saying it, of course. Jared hates.
Oh my God,
Big
dude.
Ben thinks he needs to get off the field.
It actually looks like. I mean, Cam Newton looks painful, but Big Ben looks like.
It's like he's starting his throwing motion halfway. I don't understand.
It's horrible.
It makes no sense.
And he never really. I mean, he was always decent in the pocket. He was a big body. He would just shed tackles, but like he can't even move at all now.
He can't move at all. Like I feel bad saying it. Dude was a great quarterback. Not anymore. Get him off the field.
Like you got to
say you're hurt.
You got to start.
Just say you're hurt and be out.
You got to. No, you can't do that. But
you can.
Mike Tomlin, like you're a great coach. You have to put Mason Rudolph in. Like your season's not completely over yet. I mean, it probably is if you keep playing
That's why
Big
they're
Ben.
not gonna. No, they're not. I feel like they're not gonna go bench Big Ben.
They're not going.
They're just gonna. Big Ben's just gonna retire.
He has to, dude.
I don't know about that.
But yeah, he looks bad. You want me to go?
Yeah, you got.
All right, next quarterback on my list, Jalen Hurts. We just talked about him last week. Gavin and Christian were screaming at me on the podcast talking about, oh, you don't give Jalen Hurts the credit. You just don't like him.
Well, it's true.
14 of 31.
No. We need to go back on that real quick. You know, he didn't give Jalen Hurts the credit because he was giving Lamar Jackson the credit. They're very similar quarterbacks. And after yesterday, both of them played like shit. I'd just like to say that.
Yeah, but Lamar is an MVP. Jalen Hurts won't ever sniff one. Anywho, Jalen Hurts, 14 of 31, 129 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, and 3 picks. Granted, one of them was at the end of the game, but he threw 2 red zone picks in the beginning of the game. That guy is not, and it comes back to my point. Like, yes, he can run. If he's on my team, he's a Taysom Hill. That's the role I put him in.
Ooh,
he can run, he can throw here and there. He's not an accurate thrower of the football to be my every down quarterback. He's not. And he proved it yesterday against the Giants or middle of the pack defense.
Yesterday he just played terrible.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. He played terrible.
He did. Thank you for admitting that.
Lamar also played terrible yesterday. 4 picks.
4 interceptions.
He has 12 on the season now. He's got 15 touchdowns and 12 picks, 2,600 yards, and like 65% completion, I think.
Right.
Under 65.
And he, again, like, I've been back and forth. I've been on the show saying that like he's the most irreplaceable player, and like is he still? Honestly, probably. Yes. He probably is. However, like that, like and
they still won. They still. I mean, they played the Browns,
right?
And the Browns look like a dumpster fire
right
now.
And we'll get to Baker in a minute, but
yeah,
another quarterback that I didn't want to defend Lamar last week, but you kind of made me. Is he a better thrower of the football than Jalen Hurts? Yes. Do I still think he's a very accurate quarterback? No. I think he still struggles with accuracy.
Yeah,
but I think he also adds more to the run game than Jalen Hurts does. So,
he's faster than Jalen Hurts.
So if you had to pick a quarterback, to start your franchise with right now, Hurts or Lamar, who are you picking? I can't even believe you're thinking about it.
I mean, you have to go with Lamar. I feel like we give Jalen Hurts a little more time, and maybe it evens out a little bit more. But you got to go with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So we'll get into it right now. We'll get into Baker.
Yeah.
You have the stats. Let's read Baker's stats from this last week.
Just the stats for the season, because I think we can't go off the last couple of weeks. I mean,
he's been very bad.
Terrible the last couple.
Very
weeks.
very bad.
And he's been hurt. The season he's 62% completion, 2,400 yards, 11-6 touchdowns, interceptions. Which the 11-6,
6 interceptions isn't bad.
Yeah.
However,
and he's not known for throwing touchdown passes. Like they always
they run the ball.
Yeah. And but he is just. I mean, he's hurt. I feel like we can't bash him that bad.
Right. Because we're not. And this is where
he shouldn't be playing. It's a coaching thing. He shouldn't be playing.
100%. This is where I feel for Baker because he's at the biggest evaluation point right now as far as the Browns organization. He's on the biggest evaluation point of his career, and every bone in his body is banged up.
Yeah.
So he's not even close to 100%. So we're evaluating him off of he's basically not himself right now.
No, he's not.
And the Browns are evaluating that.
Not to say that he'd be doing 10 times better if he was fully healthy. I mean, based off of how the season started.
Right.
But I think that definitely hurts him. He shouldn't be playing right now. He's obviously hurt. Look how he moves in the pocket.
He definitely shouldn't be
trying to avoid it.
Kareem Hunt's dad called him out. He's got another player's father calling him out.
Well, Kareem Hunt, like you said earlier, it was more or less why is he on the field because he's so hurt.
Right.
It's not calling him out directly.
It wasn't posting videos saying he's not giving the ball to my son intentionally.
Like OBJ.
It was basically just saying he is scared to throw the ball because he's so hurt. Why is he on the field? Which I don't really have a problem with.
I mean, I agree.
That's more of that's more of going at your coaching staff than it is your
completely
quarterback.
agree with that. I mean, it's not attacking him like Odell's did.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Baker has good football in him. I know no one does, but I think he does. Somewhere down the road. I'm not saying he's a top 10, 12 quarterback. He's a game manager. He's the epitome of a game manager.
Give him time.
But
let him get healthy.
Yeah. I think the evaluation for him is not over yet. I'll get into Rodgers.
Yeah, we got Rodgers and staff.
Rodgers, MVP frontrunner as of today.
Yeah.
28 of 45, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions against the Rams. I mean, what more could you ask for from a guy like that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's always he's Mr. Consistent. You take out week 1 of his season, he might be outperforming his MVP season last year. To be honest with you,
if you take out week 1 completely,
he might be outperforming his season last year. And he did it without Aaron Jones for a game.
That's what I'm saying. Week 1 was a complete fluke. Everyone was like, no, week 1 was a complete fluke. Aaron Rodgers probably is like, we'll lose a game to start.
Right.
Like I had to deal with a bunch of bullshit. This is what you get. It's like in The Longest Yard. They let Paul Crew get the shit kicked out of him for 3 plays.
Yeah. Well, we're too quick to forget too that he beat the Cardinals, who had the best record in the NFL at the time, without his top 3 receivers. So, right now he has to be the MVP.
He still is Aaron Rodgers.
And here's one thing before we'll go on to Stafford next. Keep it on the same game. Before we go on to Stafford, I saw something today. My boy Dan Orlovsky, Tim, Nick, and Jake aren't going to like this. They don't like Dan Orlovsky. They don't even give him a fair evaluation. Well, they don't like him because I like him. Like, that's weird. That's a little weird. Like, that's like me. Like, I don't like Mac Jones, but that's like me saying, "Hey, Gavin likes Mac Jones. I'm not going to like him."
Well, that is what the case is.
No, it's not. I wouldn't like him anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Anywho, so Jalen Ramsey, top corner in the league, you'd say?
Aaron Rodgers dusted him.
Well, here's the thing. On third downs, obviously third down conversions are one of the most important aspects of football. Dan Orlovsky pointed out. Guess who Jalen Ramsey was guarding in man coverage on third downs consistently throughout the game?
Not Devontae Adams, was he?
No. But who else would you think? What other Packers? What do you think?
I don't know.
Mercedes Lewis.
Why?
And their other backup tight end, who I don't even know his name.
Why?
I don't know. That's why I don't know how the Rams defensive coordinator has a job today.
Well, I think Devontae Adams would also dust Jalen Ramsey anyway.
But you should still put. I don't even care if he's in the slot. Like,
were they doubling
Devontae Adams? No,
and nobody over the top.
There was manned up. Well, they might have been like I don't know exactly. I didn't watch the whole
shadowing.
clip. They could have been like 2-man with 2 safeties over the top, but it's not like it's not like they were bragging.
Well, it's basically keep your man for 5 yards and then you have help over the top.
Right, exactly. Which on Devontae Adams, like you can do that.
That's what most teams do with a best receiver.
Right, but imagine you did that. You should be doing that with Jalen Ramsey. You should not be doing that.
Most teams, no. You do that with your second best corner on their best receiver, and then you have a safety over the top shadowing the whole time.
Why your second best?
Then you have your best corner guarding the second best receiver because you can man him up the entire time.
I disagree.
I mean,
Jalen Ramsey, you put your best player on their best player.
Why waste?
What's the point? You're not going to pay Jalen Ramsey all this money to guard the second best receiver.
I'm not saying do it all the time, but I'm saying with someone like Devontae Adams, where you're going to need 2 people to cover him anyway.
But Gavin,
Jalen Ramsey isn't locking him up by himself.
Here's the thing: it's third. These scenarios are 3rd and short, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. Devontae Adams, it's not like he's going to be running deep post and post corners and fades.
Yeah, I know, but
he's going to be running like slants.
That's what you think, but it's the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, and they do that half the time anyway.
Okay, but it's just too much It's too much of common sense to put your best guy on their best guy.
I think Jalen Ramsey's overrated, so I'm not going to say anything anyway.
Overrated, but he's the consensus top 5. If you say he's not a top 5 corner,
no, he's a top 5 corner.
Okay,
I'm just saying he's overrated. Like people think he's like a complete game changer. He's not.
I think he is.
He gets dusted.
By who?
Devontae Adams would dust him in that. He beat him a few times. He didn't guard him the whole time. I was surprised. I do agree. Like, sure, you can put him on him, but I understand why they did it.
Okay, sure.
Because I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Well, I don't think it would have made a difference even if they did.
Dude, even if they get 1 3rd down conversion where Jalen Ramsey, he didn't even throw to Devontae Adams, Jalen Ramsey locks him up. Who knows? That 1 3rd down conversion, the Rams take a punt, the Rams get the ball and score. That swings the whole momentum of the game. 3rd downs are huge in football.
I agree.
Huge.
I agree, but if he's locked up, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw picks.
I understand that, but it's his go-to guy. Devontae Adams, the best receiver in the league.
Yes, that is true.
The best corner in the league, or arguably best corner in the league, should be on him more often than not. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fine. Fair.
Go ahead with Stafford.
Stafford yesterday, I didn't write that down, 21 of 38. Not very good. 302 yards, 3 TDs, and a pick. The one pick was that deep ball he threw to Van Jefferson, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was right.
He just looked. And here's the thing: like his interceptions.
He started off rough. He progressed.
He's throwing pick 6 3 weeks in a row, 3 games in a row. But
that's funny.
And the thing is, like his picks come at the absolute worst times, and they're absolute momentum swingers, and they're game changers. They come at the worst time, and they come in the worst possible way. 3 games in a row with a pick 6.
That sucks.
That's bad, dude.
That's
bad. Like granted, he didn't besides those 2 picks, he was also missing. He was missing. Like he missed, I believe, Tyler Higbee on a corner route with 5 yards separation.
Oh yeah.
He put it at his feet. I believe it was 3rd down.
He threw the ball. I think he had 3 bad passes to Tyler Higbee by himself yesterday.
Yeah, probably.
He had 2 behind him. He had 1 behind him on a corner route that would have been like an 18-yard gain. And he had 1 across the middle, overthrew the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there was one other.
The last 3 weeks, he has not been living up to the hype, but I mean, still, like, I still believe in him. I don't see why I shouldn't.
It's still Matthew Stafford. I think they're fine. I think the Rams are fine just because of the people that they have. OBJ had his first touchdown as a Ram yesterday.
Yes, he did. 5 catches, 81 yards.
That was a nice throw by Matthew Stafford.
It was a beautiful throw, and it was.
OBJ
to be honest,
beat him.
We're not Odell guys.
No.
It was a hell of a route.
Yeah.
He beat the corner and he beat the safety over the top.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a route.
It was good. It was bad defense by the Packers. Right?
I'm surprised he didn't drop it.
I mean, he didn't try and catch it with 1 hand, so I mean, he can't catch with 2 normally.
Well, I mean, he proved us wrong yesterday.
Yeah, he got it one time.
But
1 time.
Here's what it is. So I got 1 quarterback left. You got 1 left?
No,
You're done? All right, so last quarterback we'll touch upon. Another guy that Gavin and I haven't been too big on.
I'm still not big on.
Yeah, I'm not ready to say
I'm big on
we're
the
wrong
team.
yet.
I think the team's very good.
Yes, and I'm not ready to say we were wrong yet.
We're not.
Because he needs to be more consistent, and it's only been half a season. Carson Wentz, 27 of 44, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Disclaimer.
Still 2 picks.
2 crucial picks.
Fair.
Disclaimer, too, the Bucs are one of the worst passing defenses in the league.
Also
they have
true.
nobody in their secondary.
Exactly.
I couldn't name 1 guy back there, Murphy Bunting, and he's absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageously bad. I don't think he can guard you.
No one can guard me.
Okay, and he definitely couldn't. So, Carson Wentz overall played pretty well. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had 16 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. That's kind of a down game for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's a down game for him.
I mean,
let's be real.
Late, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, the game was on Carson Wentz, and they only lost by a touchdown. So he kept them in it against the reigning Super Bowl champion. He played overall well. What do you think?
I mean, he's been playing good the last few weeks. The Colts look real.
They do.
I mean, especially in the AFC. The AFC's wide open. I mean, okay, in the AFC, just because we're on this with the Colts and everything, who are your 4 contenders in the AFC right now? Just quick rattle them off.
Chiefs, Bills, Colts. I'm not ready to put the Patriots in there.
I have the same thing, but the Pats. Same thing, but
I'm
the
not
Pats.
ready to put the Patriots in there, but
Who are you going to put over them? That's the thing. I don't know who else.
I don't know.
Exactly.
The Chargers might not even make it. I don't want to say the Chargers.
Good.
I mean, I guess the way they've been playing lately, I have to say Patriots, and I'm in an unbiased because I'm an honest guy. I'm an honorable man. Truth, honor, duty, LaSalle Cadets. But I got to put the Patriots in there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say the Ravens. I guess you could say...
I don't trust the Ravens.
I don't trust the Ravens or the Bengals. I don't trust the Chargers.
I don't trust the Bengals either. I got to put the Patriots in there.
I'd put the Raiders at 5 right now just because Derek Carr is playing out of his mind.
Okay, no, we're not doing that.
Derek Carr.
But yeah, Carson Wentz has been playing good football up to this point. So he looks kind of like he's back to his former self with Frank Reich, of course, his old coach from the Eagles. So that helps. But
yeah, I'm still not fully on Derek. I mean, not Derek. Carson Wentz, not fully with him, but he has been proving us wrong of late.
Yes, he has. But I'm not ready to say we're wrong on him.
There's more time.
Yes.
He'll come back. He'll
end
hurt
up
or
throwing a crucial pick in the playoff game.
Dude always gets hurt.
Yeah.
He'll find a way. I hope he doesn't.
Agreed.
But,
so that was our quarterback roundtable. That was actually kind of cool. We should probably do that more.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about Leonard Fournette too. He had a hell of a day. Just
he did
talking about the Bucs game before. I mean, the Bucs wouldn't win that game without Leonard Fournette going off for 4 TDs. 3 rushing, 1 passing, 31 yards in the air, 100 yards on the ground. Made the difference.
At Jonathan Taylor-esque game.
Yeah.
He was a game
changer. I mean, he opened up the passing game for Brady just because how good they were doing running. And he had 7 receptions. Brady checked down to him 7 times.
And he looked like a 5th overall pick like he was. He looked like the 5th overall pick the Jaguars
He's getting back to that.
Yes, he's getting back to himself.
Force.
So
it also helps that since they're throwing the ball pretty consistent again now.
Yeah,
Tom Brady had a couple weeks where he was a little shaky.
He even started shaky yesterday. He did not look good.
I mean, it opens up the field both ways. When Brady plays better, it helps Fournette.
Yeah,
When Fournette runs better, I mean, 100%. Obviously it's just football, but
100%.
I don't know. The Bucs are still there. Bucs are still scary. The Colts are looking decent based on Carson Wentz.
That's our quarterback roundtable. We talked about 10 quarterbacks that. We didn't talk about like the Bradys and all them.
We didn't talk about Mahomes.
We didn't talk about Mahomes, but we just talked about quarterbacks that we felt either played really well or played really bad this week and needed to be a discussion topic.
Or just throughout the season.
Right. So we'll do that more often. I actually kind of like that segment. But we were going to talk about the Packers-Rams and the Bucs-Colts, which I feel like we already touched upon most of them.
We basically covered that.
Yeah, so we don't really have to. So last game we'll touch upon before we get going. We'll talk about the 49ers beat the Vikings 34-26.
That was in Minnesota.
No, it was in
San
Francisco.
Yeah.
And the public and all the friends that we were watching football with were heavily on the Vikings.
I mean, I like the Vikings too. I had them in a parlay.
See, I like these are 2 teams, them and the Colts. These are 2 teams that I would not want to run into down the stretch or in the first round of the playoffs as a wild card.
Not a chance.
I would not want to run into them because they give matchup problems to a lot of teams.
They do. I mean, they're both good teams. They just sometimes they don't show up.
Right.
They don't make much sense to me, but neither does most of the NFL this year. So,
yeah, exactly. And the 49ers are playing their best football at the right time. They're going to compete for that
division.
division.
Samuel's out for what, 3 weeks?
1 or 2 weeks.
Oh, 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah. But still, that's a huge hit.
He's
the top 5 receiver statistically this year.
Yeah.
But Adam Thielen 2 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell 27 carries for 133 yards and a touchdown. That's 49ers football.
Yeah.
That's why they've been so good. Not going to say anything here, but actually, let me ask you a question. In your opinion, if you're drafting, if you're picking one tight end to start a franchise with, George Kittle or Travis Kelce, who are you picking?
George Kittle or Travis Kelce out of college.
I'm saying, like, if you had one tight end that you had to move forward with, regardless of age.
Regardless of age. Age is a huge factor.
Okay, but I'm saying regardless of age.
So you get them both at the same age?
Yes.
You get them both at 22?
Yes.
23.
Who's the best tight end in the NFL, in your opinion? That's my question.
I mean, that's a tough question. I don't know. Like, I'm back and forth on both of them. I mean, they both show up. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't, especially Travis Kelce. That dude's been inconsistent as hell this year.
I'm going to say George Kittle.
That's why I thought you were going to freak out if I said George Kittle, because
No, I wasn't going to freak out.
I think you could pick either. I think George Kittle is a better blocker, personally. I think he's a better blocker by far.
That's my point.
He complements the 49ers better just because they like to run the ball a lot.
Well, they're both really good fits for these games. But here's where I was going with this. So I feel like the consensus pick is Travis Kelce, and it's a hot take to say Kittle, and it might be. But obviously Kelce is very good in the passing game.
George
He's a
Kittle
mismatch.
isn't bad in the passing game.
He's a mismatch on a lot of linebackers, a lot of safeties that come down into the box. He's a mismatch. However, he does kind of lack in blocking in the run game.
He does.
He does kind of lack in blocking. I would rather have the best of both worlds, where George Kittle is essentially a sixth offensive lineman on the field at all times in the run game, and he's obviously a top 3 pass catching tight end in the league as well.
Okay, let me do you one better. We had Gronk in that.
Current Gronk?
No. Same thing. All 23. They're all 20. Say they're all 23 years old. You
gotta go with Gronk.
You gotta go with Gronk.
Okay, But I'm saying, right? I mean, Gronk obviously is a shell of himself.
Well, obviously.
But right now, like, I'd rather have the
for a shell of himself. He still ran through a couple people.
Yes, he did. But I'd rather have the best of both worlds with George Kittle. Have a sixth offensive lineman on the field who can also.
Out of those two, yes.
He dominated Von Miller when they played the Rams.
He tossed Von Miller.
Have you noticed the 49ers have been hot the last 4 weeks? George Kittle came back 4 weeks ago. He's a game changer, and Travis Kelce is too. But he is so important to that scheme.
You know? He is more important to the 49ers than Travis Kelce is to the Chiefs. I would say.
That's up for grabs.
That's up for debate. But
I would agree with you because
again, barely. That's like a 51 to 49%
because
breakdown right there.
He's so important on both aspects, the run game and the pass game, as to where Kelce is obviously more important in the pass game than he is in the run game. Yes. He doesn't really have a run game.
Yes.
So I agree. So that's what. Anything else you want to talk about before we're done? We're at 32 minutes.
I'm good.
That was a pretty good episode. I like that quarterback roundtable.
Yeah, we'll have to do something like that again.
Yeah, we will. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll be back on Wednesday or Thursday with our Week 13 outlook. A lot of good games coming up. A lot of good bets.
We're gonna bring up some college football for this.
We're gonna have to bring up college football. It might be a longer episode.
Yeah, there's some big games.
Some huge games.
Very big games.
Also, let's go Mets. Max Scherzer, baby.
That's a joke.